Welcome to today's session. Our topic today is going to be feeling great wherever you go. Tranquility, calm, confidence in every situation. If you already have that, then I invite you to think, how else can you use this training? What other ways do you want to train yourself to be awesome or feel awesome? If you already feel pretty good in most situations, then I invite you to use this training to feel great, awesome, super confident, expressive, and playful in every situation. And I think many of us, we have some situations where we're not as calm or as expressive or as confident as we'd like. So I invite you to make tonight a practice to tap into calm, confidence, peace, and then train it into you so that you can take it in every situation. Maybe you already feel great in work and social situations, and you want to train it that you feel completely calm and expressive with your family. Or maybe you feel completely at peace with your family and your friends, but you want to train yourself to feel professionally empowered at work. Or maybe you want to use tonight to think of social situations and how you'd like to be, how calm or confident or fun you'd like to be. So we're going to just start by setting our intention for the session. So I invite you to think about, as I share different ideas, that you'll not just hear them as ideas, but you'll think about how they could help you. And you won't just think about that. When you find the way to help you, you then internalize it. You focus on it being part of you, part of how you think, part of how you feel. I invite you to set the intention. If I talk about feeling confident and comfortable in a situation, if you go to imagine it, but then you also feel nerves or anxiety, I invite you to set the intention that you just keep putting your focus onto calm and confidence. You immerse yourself in the training, in the transformation. Set the intention that you are completely putting your consciousness into what will benefit you. Thoughts, habits, feelings that don't serve you, set the intention to just put them aside for now. I want you to get excited about this intention. It doesn't just benefit you. When you've mastered and transformed some part of your life, and then you can tell that to someone else, you bring peace, calm, confidence to them. So I invite you to imagine all the people that you will help at some point in your life. And as you imagine that, or as I imagine that, it makes me feel even better about diving into peace and happiness and joy. And so I can imagine it more richly and more beautifully to help myself more and have more of it to give. And I'll just be quiet for a few breaths where I invite you to imagine the vast positive impact. You're sure you can help your friends and family, but they'll help their friends and family, and they'll help their friends and family. And let yourself imagine this peace and positivity like a wave throughout all of existence, or as much of existence as you care to imagine. Now, so welcome to everybody. It's great to have you here in the temple. Hi to all our regulars. I'm just going to check the live stream. It's great to see some of you watching on all the different platforms. If you feel like writing in the chat at any time, please do. I'll be checking to make you feel like you're here, part of our session. And if you feel like just saying hi now, it'd be great just to like see who you are, who's here. And here we have people in the temple. There's seats, so if more people want to come, please join us. So we've started with our intention setting, and often we dive straight into an opening meditation. But before we do, I would like to give just a little bit of context. If our session today is about peace and confidence in every situation, there are many ways to reach that. One is role playing and practicing often. What's it like to act with peace and calm? Another is like role playing, but role playing in your imagination. Vividly imagined activities fire up the same part of our brains as doing it in real life. And for many of us, actually acting confident might be trickier than just imagining acting confident. So role-playing in our mind is like this superpower. You get to create new levels of feeling and new ways of acting. I hope everyone can see that I implied that as you role-play or as you imagine, you lay down the pathways in your mind for this new way of feeling or being. You train it into yourself. And the more times you visualize, or the more times you practice, or the more times you just have a great experience in real life, the stronger those pathways are. And you can think of all your existing habits as some pathways, and you're going to either just create entirely new pathways that then let the old pathways just fade away. Or perhaps you already have some great pathways and you go in and just make them happier and more joyful, more giggly, or feel bigger. And so I invite you, as well as today's session, I invite you to spend some time every day to imagine feeling great and to rehearse how you want to be and how you want to feel. To take whatever you learn from today and just keep growing it and fine-tuning it. If you are a script writer for your life, you're making the scripts more exciting and compelling. If you are a computer programmer, you are making the software more foolproof, more powerful. If you are an artist drawing on the canvas of you, you're coloring in more fully to make the awesomeness just completely dominate. So I said role-playing or imagination is one way to train in transformation. And now if I ask you to imagine being completely tranquil, total peace and total confidence in anywhere you go. For some of you, you'll be like, oh yes, excellent. But for many of us, you feel it just a little, it's more of an idea. And so as well as rehearsing the ideas and role-playing, we can use meditation to make peaceful feelings much more powerful. So when I ask you to imagine feeling calm in a social situation, if you've practiced calmness meditation and you can just, I know what that feels like. Okay, now I've got this feeling and I'm going to imagine just feeling great when I'm talking to some new friends. As we go into these feelings, meditate on them and deepen them, we're able to use them more powerfully, more effectively, as we think about ourselves and as we think about how we want to train ourselves. Hi, Michelle from Australia has said, hi, great to see you in virtual reality. It's great to have you here with us. We've got, Michelle, you've got some waves and giggles from the crowd. Sorry, I didn't move the camera fast enough. All right, so with that context, that we can meditate and go into beautiful feelings. And then we can use those feelings as part of how we train ourselves. I'm going to guide us in a meditation to just really let go into tranquility and peace. And then when we're in the peace and tranquility, I'm also going to mix in some confidence and some joy and some happiness. Now, for people who've meditated and you've practiced really concentrating and being present, wonderful. I invite you to just really follow every one of the positive suggestions. Go even deeper with your own imagination. Take whatever I've said and just experience it more fully. Make it wildly more beautiful. If in your meditation practice at the moment, you find yourself hearing a little bit and then thinking about other stuff and then hearing a little bit, I'm going to start with some things to try to really capture attention and anchor us here. And then I'm going to try to make the nice feelings so good that you just want to keep looking at them. You just want to keep feeling them. You just naturally want to keep thinking about the peace and the tranquility and enjoying it. And I also invite you now just to start to think to yourself, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just keep enjoying the peace and the positive feelings. I want to explore how good I can make it. And if you're brand new to meditation, I hope that as you follow the suggestions I give you, that you'll notice that you're moving your attention and you're making nice feelings and you're tapping into nice feelings. And we'll just take it from there. Does anyone have any questions or comments before we start our meditation for today? All right. And to those of you who just joined the live stream, we're about to start a peace and tranquility meditation. And we're going to do this practice to not just make really nice feelings right now and explore how good we can feel, but also so we have that feeling that when you think about being tranquil wherever you go, you've got this mental pot of tranquility paint that you can dip your mind in and paint tranquility wherever you imagine. So it's like you practice this feeling, so it's a part of your tool chest. It's part of your writing style or your art style when you think about yourself. So I invite you to really imagine going into a deeper peace or a deeper tranquility than you'd normally know. If you're in the meditation, like, oh yeah, I'm doing it, and then you start to think of some other thing, I invite you to just imagine, actually, I want to see what it's like to go even more into the meditation. Okay, so with that preface, we're going to begin our tranquility meditation. So I invite everybody, catch your own attention. Right, it's meditation time. I'm deciding that I'm going to bring all of my focus here. So check your body and get into the seat. I just closed my eyes and I'm pushing my hips back into the seat. I'm feeling my legs in the seat and my back in the seat, pulling my shoulders up and back and then letting them drop so my posture feels strong. Taking a deep breath. And I hope that just feeling our body and putting our attention through each of those things was enough to catch your attention. But I'm going to keep catching your attention so we're really present as we start the meditation. So everybody take another really strong deep breath so you really feel it. And another one, feel what it's like to just really be feeling your breath, feeling your body. And you can feel my voice is energized. It's trying to catch your mind, catch your attention. And even as I'll start to move into calm and tranquility, I want you to stay captivated by the calm and by the tranquility. So as you take another slow, deep breath, just really enjoy how good a deep, peaceful breath can feel. We're going to do a body scan relaxation because learning to tap into really nice feelings in the body allows us to feel beautiful, tranquil emotions. And also, anytime you need. If you've learned that a quick body scan brings you into peace, and you've learned that a deep, relaxing breath brings you into peace, it's a good way to just always bring yourself back to peace. So I invite you to feel the soles of your feet. Some of you, as you do that, just felt the soles of your feet. Some of you really felt the place your attention was. It moved down the body, down to the bottom of the feet. Some of you, it's like you were looking at your feet. Some of you imagined the soles of your feet, the skin, and attached to the bottom of the foot. Just notice how you feel the sole of your foot. And many of us will be noticing that just feeling the soles of the feet, we notice interesting sensations. Some people will feel it relaxing, some people feel it tingling. Some people, their imagination starts to see nice colors, or to see or feel good feelings starting to flow around inside the soles of the feet. And you might notice, as I suggest these other ways of feeling the body, some of them just really work for you, and you start to imagine or experience them too. Some people notice their feet start to feel really heavy. Or some people will notice their feet start to feel like it's weightless, just floating away. So I invite you to keep feeling the soles of your feet. And your imagination can trickle into your feet, into the muscles in the feet. But just keep feeling them and see them in whatever ways and feel the nice feelings in whatever ways. Really engage your awareness. How good can it feel, or how vibrantly can you see the muscle fibers in the bones, or the swirling good feelings? And now let yourself feel the whole of your feet, the skin around the sides and the tops of the feet, the toes and the gaps in between the toes and the knuckles, all the bones through the feet. And some of you may be feeling really amazing feelings in the feet already. I'm feeling tingles and swirls, magnetic hovering. Some of you may feel like the feet are just disappearing into peace. Some of you may just feel like they're feeling calmer and calmer. Now feel the whole of the feet as you take another slow, deep breath. Let the feet relax even more. And as we create tranquility in the body, we're going to tap into more and more beautiful tranquility in our mind, in our thoughts, in our feelings. And some of you might like to imagine that your feet are filled up with tranquility and it's starting to fill up into your legs. Like you're pouring your favorite color, a beautiful light, to bottle peace and tranquility. Some of you may like to just imagine your calves and your shins. Some of you might like to imagine the nice feelings moving up and down. Or some of you may like to just take your awareness through the places in your legs and find the good feelings as they grow. And just enjoying that idea that as we do this deep relaxation in the body, we're training deeper peace and tranquility and calm into our body, into our feelings, into ourselves. So from the knees to the tips of the toes, take a few deep breaths and just let it feel better. And I just invite everybody to remember that intention. We're tapping into beautiful tranquility, a peace and a calm that's beyond, hopefully beyond anything you've ever felt before. So I invite you to just bring the enthusiasm, the intention for profound peace and calm. If there's anything else going on right now, just decide that you can let it go. Going to bring your focus more completely into this body scan and into exploring these beautiful feelings. So feeling the tips of your toes, scan your awareness up through the toes, up through the knuckles, up through the feet, the arch of the foot, the ankle, up through the legs, up through the knees, up through the thighs. Our thighs are the biggest muscle in the body. Let yourself just really feel that muscle. And as you feel into the muscle, maybe it's already relaxed. Or maybe you can feel the parts that are relaxed and the parts that are not. You just move the relaxation through. Feel every part relaxing. And beyond just regular relaxation, just the idea of tranquility, you could imagine the whole of your legs feeling tranquil. Feel the whole of your legs as you take a deep breath in and fill up your lungs and hold it in. And then let it out and let your legs relax even more. And then let your awareness scan through your hips, where your legs meet your hip bones, where you are in contact with your clothes, in contact with your seat. The fold at the front, where your legs, the skin folds up into your tummy. And then let your awareness come into your abdomen. I feel the skin around my body. I feel the muscles on the side. I feel where my back meets the chair. Perhaps if you're not in a chair, you can feel the muscles keeping you balanced. You could imagine the organs inside. Your stomach, your intestines, your kidneys, your liver. So many different systems. Clean your body, power your body. As you take a really deep breath, you can feel the pressure in the diaphragm. You can imagine the whole core of your body just relaxing even deeper. So feeling from the diaphragm to the hips, through the legs and the feet, the bottom half of our body. We take a deep breath and we just allow ourselves to enjoy it even more. And moving our attention from just physical relaxation, I invite you to imagine the feeling of peace. The feeling of tranquility. Everything's okay. I'm calm. I'm enjoying myself. Maybe you might like to imagine a gentle smile and feel some happiness in the peace. And then we're going to take an even deeper smiling breath and feel your lungs expanding. And as you keep taking deep breaths, feel the muscles in the front of the lungs, the side of the lungs. Feel the back of the rib cage and the spine on your next deep breath. Feel the next deep breath push up into the bottom of the shoulders as you fill up the lungs and expanding up into all the muscles in the shoulders. And if you've been finding some nice meditative sensations, you could imagine beautiful colors through the core of your body, or you could imagine those tingles. You could feel that levitating, or just letting yourself experience the beautiful feelings within you. And the nice feelings flow up into the top of your shoulders and through all the muscles in your shoulders. You may like to just let your head drop to one side as you feel the stretch on one side. And you can let the head drop to the side. Or if you didn't feel like moving your head, you might like to imagine mentally massaging into all the muscles in the shoulders, letting it all relax completely. Or if you're not a fan of massage, you can just see that relaxation moving through each part of your shoulders as you feel every place bring peace and tranquility to every part of your shoulders. So from the shoulders all the way through the torso, all the way down the legs, just feeling peace in your whole being. And then we feel the right arm. Feel the muscles in the shoulder of the right arm. Then down through the right arm, through the elbow. You feel that relaxation flowing down into your hand. The back of the hand, palm of the hand, the little finger, the ring finger, the middle finger, the pointer finger, and the thumb. And I invite you to take a few deep breaths as your awareness just moves through your right hand. And we remember that more than just physical relaxation, we are cultivating peace, tranquility. You could imagine holding tranquility in your hand. As I do that, it just makes me want to bring my hand to my heart and imagine putting tranquility into my heart. But you might like to just imagine a peaceful feeling flowing back up through your arm, back up through your shoulders, And either from your heart or across your shoulders, your attention comes up your shoulder, and like a waterfall of peace, the nice feeling just flows down your left arm. Feel all the muscle fibers and the bones, every part of your left arm just relaxing deeper. Through the wrist, through the left hand, the back and the palm of the left hand, flowing down through all the fingers. I invite you to feel both hands and both arms as you take a deep breath, just enjoying whatever nice, peaceful, beautiful feelings you've made. Feeling both arms and your torso, you take an even deeper, relaxing breath. Both arms and your torso and your hips and your legs, take a really deep, soothing breath. Your arms, your torso, your legs, and your mind and your feelings. You take some deep breaths and just enjoy the peace. And with the whole body full of peace, you take an even deeper breath and feel it coming up through your neck. And up through your jaw. And up through your face. Through your ears. Through the back of the neck and the back of the head. Through the top of the head. Feel your eyelids and your eyeballs. And imagine your brain in perfect relaxation. Your brain, your head, your jaw, your neck, your shoulders and arms and hands, your chest, your abdomen, your hips, your legs, your feet, your toes. Taking some deep breaths, just letting yourself feel better and better with each breath. And now that we've scanned our whole body into deep relaxation, I just invite you to keep feelings. You've just arrived. I invite you to remember the most beautiful feelings you've ever had and just focus on them. Feel what it's like to explore and feel them and grow them. And if you've scanned the whole body, you can enjoy the places that feel the best. You find any places that could relax more completely and breathe profound relaxation into those places. And I've said relaxation and tranquility and calm and peace. But you're surely feeling more feelings, ones that I don't even have words for. And so as you keep breathing, just let all of those beautiful feelings, let them grow. You can imagine them bigger, you can feel them bigger. You're letting everything else in your mind just drift away as you go deeper into bliss, happiness, peace, tranquility, things we don't even have words for yet. Take some deeper breaths and imagine all these good feelings expanding and settling into you. As you breathe in, you fill up with these good feelings and they shine in you more. You fill up with these good feelings and they shine in you more. And we'll be coming from the meditation into the discussion soon. So I invite you to just notice the beautiful feelings that you made. And imagine anytime you need, giving yourself a body scan. It could be a 15-minute body scan before bed to sleep so deeply. It could be a 15-minute body scan before a party. Just give yourself perfect peace. It could be a 30-second body scan anytime you need. Just to remember this feeling. Just let yourself imagine having this peace and calm anytime, anywhere. And I invite you to also start to imagine taking these positive feelings if you were going to redecorate your mind or reprogram yourself. Would you like to bring awesome feelings? And start to rehearse this. Feeling great. Perhaps you can start places you already feel great. With your friends, having a good time. imagine even better. But make sure that you know you're actually reprogramming yourself, making yourself actually feel even better. How good it would feel, how good it does feel. And then you can think of other parts of your life where you would like to infuse awesome feelings. Where it's fun and easy to imagine, these positive feelings are already being infused into you. And if there are some areas of your life that may have been, well, not tranquil, I invite you to imagine that you can fully create the feelings you want. You can imagine it beautifully. How beautiful it is to imagine being completely different. I used to feel so anxious with people, and to practice feeling calm and good wherever I went, such a beautiful gift. Has changed my life for decades. How beautiful it is that you can give yourself this gift as you imagine positive transformation. Imagine it as beautifully as you can, as real and as complete as you can. Some of you may be imagining being calm and diplomatic with your mother. Some of you may be imagining being confident and expressive in your art. Some of you may be imagining feeling wild on the sports field. Some of you may be imagining feeling relaxed and fun and playful as you meet new people. Whatever, beautiful. Just let yourself enjoy who you are becoming. Focus entirely on what you have control of. You staying in that place of strength, diplomacy, of caring, of playfulness. If there's someone in particular that you're thinking of, try to see their face and imagine what it's like to talk to them from this place of powerful tranquility. If it's some scenario that you're tricking yourself, role play it. Do the things you do when you're in the flow, when you're feeling great. Great athletes mentally rehearse being awesome at their skills. Actually makes them better. So do the same thing for yourself. Rehearse feeling, being, moving awesomely, thinking and feeling awesomely, creatively, brilliantly. And for the last part of the meditation, we're going to bring our attention onto this same idea that in social situations we feel great. Perhaps you already do. And then I invite you to imagine your ideal self, bringing peace to everybody and laughs to everybody, fun and cool ways to bring wisdom or kindness to everyone. Or perhaps you have great in all social circumstances. And as much as possible, I still invite you to imagine feeling great, calm and playful and expressive anywhere you go. How good would that feel? How would you think about social circumstances if the way that you thought about it just made you feel peace and happy? Wherever I go, I just have a good time. Everybody's too busy thinking about themselves. So I'm just here to bring joy and kindness. I love to be interested in people. Yes. And people can tell I care about them, and so they care about me. It feels so good to just have a good time wherever I go. So now I invite you to take those ideas and imagine them full power for you. How would you make that as awesome for you as you can? And visualize it vividly as possible. So circumstances, groups that you actually go to, or situations where you might go in the next few months. Imagine being there and just feeling great and excited, bringing smiles, laughs to others, bringing great questions that inspire people, expressing yourself fully to bring awesomeness out of everybody. And in a minute, we're going to come from the meditation back into our group, into some discussion. So for this last minute, I want you just to remember the nice feelings that you tapped into. Remember that you can focus on them and make them happen. Imagine you're even better at that and can tap into more amazing feelings every time you try. There are beautiful feelings inside of you beyond anything you've ever imagined so far. And in a moment when we come back into the temple, I'll invite anyone to share how the relaxation felt, or nice insights you had, or any thoughts or questions about the retraining. So just give people a moment to think about, what would you like to share? What would you like to ask? Just take a few more breaths and have a little stretch as we come from the meditation back into the temple. Just feel the good feelings in your body. You can do that anytime you need. And I encourage you to imagine every day, give yourself a couple of minutes to just feel great and practice your most awesome self. You do it a few times and it's nice, but if you do it 100 times over a month, it will blow your mind how wildly and strongly it transforms you. So I invite you to take a moment to just give yourself that chance. Now, Fluffy Puppy, you had something you wanted to share or ask?
Yes. So, we had like in the meditation, you had said scan the body, and for me, I was pretty much scanning my legs, just my legs, and for me, I could see my feet, my veins, my bones, everything in my legs. Like it's like some part of me is like seeing these veins come through my legs and I'm like scanning it and it's like I feel like I'm falling asleep but I'm in the zone. I can see it. I can feel myself dig deep into that moment, like my deep into the vibe as I see the veins and bones in the legs. Also, I could see bubbles. I could see many bubbles, and there's also mixtures of colors, blue, yellow, you name it. I'm like, I sometimes see bubbles, but not the kind that I usually would see when I close my eyes. It's usually just red and green, but for this is a different kind of bubbles, and it's it looked so much better than it did before whenever I closed my eyes. I don't know what to make of it. It's just amazing.
That sounds really great. And it's really heartwarming to hear that, as you keep meditating, you're having more and more beautiful experiences. That's exactly what I hope for the people here. So thanks.
Mm,
Um, and to people
you're
who've
welcome.
just walked in or people on the live stream, before I started meditating, I never would have thought that scanning through your body was something useful. And I still don't really understand why. But it's just great that it's just so available to be able to bring yourself relaxation, and that by feeling your body can clear your mind and go into these altered states of consciousness. So, Fluffy Puppy,
Yeah,
thank you for sharing your experience today.
you're welcome.
Hmm.
Mm.
Would anyone else like to share or ask something? New people here, or people on the live stream?
I'm still getting over my hindrance of torpor. I can't.
Mm.
I'm gonna blame my cat, honestly. Because,
Um,
like,
Can
find
I
it
just
hard.
translate that to the people first? So, the hindrance of torpor, I guess what you meant is when doing a deep relaxation meditation, you feel sleepy.
Oh, yeah, I have
Yeah.
to really fight my sleep, yeah. Yeah. But I haven't
Um,
been getting proper sleep for months since I got my cat.
um,
Aw.
about four people from this side of
He
the
loves
room
me.
left during the meditation, and they're regulars who would normally stay. So I'm guessing they actually fell asleep. You did better. Good job.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I
So
heard about, like, visions in this book, The Mind Illuminated, but I haven't had them yet.
So sometimes they happen if you start by intentionally imagining lights, and then they'll start to happen by themselves. Sometimes people find they arise without anything. Some people find they'll hear a suggestion, either from reading a book or being guided, and then their imagination takes over. So, yeah. Maybe you are having nice things happen in your imagination and you just enjoy it, and it's just not as profound as you imagine it to be, perhaps. So, in regards to the sleep, this was a deep relaxation. I wanted you to just feel as peaceful and tranquil as possible.
Mhm.
So, that's
Yeah.
great. Many people use this as a technique to go to sleep to. When we're doing breathing meditation, like intentionally single pointed concentration, we definitely don't want to have any sleepiness. That is making us more awake, more concentrated. It's like turning on into this single point of full power. So, yes, that would be a hindrance if doing that turns your brain off into sleepiness. Today, it was a relaxation session, so I would completely just enjoy whatever you did. At other times, I've said things that can be helpful to make a calmness also be energizing and alert. But for today, I'm not even going to say because I just wanted you to feel peace. I wanted you to experience just calm and good as you could. Now, you said that visions haven't happened to you yet, but I would like to ask: in a deep relaxation, did your body feel really good, or did you have some places where you're like, "Wow, that feels really nice"?
Yeah, I definitely felt really good. Anytime I start to do the deep breaths, my whole body starts to feel good.
Awesome.
Because I
Now,
usually am so tensed up. Uh, yeah.
so to imagine that you start to think of yourself as usually these beautiful feelings through you. Program that usually you're so tensed up. I invite you to start just letting that just be rewritten by usually you are this.
Usually I'm at peace.
Yeah. Now I'm curious. You say when you take the breath, like meditatively breathe, feel really good straight away. For me, when I'm like scanning my body, I find some feelings that are just like out of this world, beyond any good feeling I normally feel. Relaxation times a million. I'm like floating in bliss, um. So I'm curious, when you say it feels really good, is it really good?
Not that good, I guess.
um, you just mentioned visions. You might not be seeing stuff, but I have a feeling that the nice feelings you have are also amazing sensations, and they will just keep getting more amazing. You noticed I wrapped up today's meditation by saying there are feelings inside you that are beyond you've ever imagined. The more you open up to those suggestions or give some time for that, the more you'll find these awesome feelings. I just want to take a moment for everybody to notice what just happened when Purple Octopus said that they're normally tensed up. But actually, we just had some time to just feel really good.
Yeah.
And when it comes to us, sure, we have habits, we have what we think is normally. But now you changed it. And if in each moment you keep focusing on peace, then your normal is that you feel good, relaxed, and calm all the time, or your muscles feel relaxed all the time. So you can practice moment to moment mindfulness and bringing that peace into everything. And I've also found if you start to tell yourself or imagine who I am is relaxed all the time, it trains your subconscious to just bring that peace all the time. And I just want to make a point for everybody. I just talked about envisaging and feeling yourself as feeling relaxed in the body. And doing that and internalizing it, it'll change how you think and how you just feel in each moment. And the same can be true to imagine, like 100 times this month, I feel good in every social circumstance. I just enjoy people. I'm just a person that has a good time wherever I go. I make other people feel calm and relaxed because it just feels so good. Or whatever you want to reprogram, every part of your life, I want every part of you. I want you to dream, what could I be like? And practice it. Start imagining what it's like. Role play it. What you can imagine. And feel excited that you can reprogram fast. The more excited you are about being able to powerfully reprogram, the more wildly you're going to imagine it and feel it. And so the more powerfully you're going to be able to transform, which then lets you be even more creative with what you want to be like. I see a wave or a cheer or a nod, if that made sense, if that felt good. I mean, for me, that idea is central to inspiring my whole vision for humanity. Like, it's what drives every day for me. Me imagining and practicing being awesome and inspiring everybody to do that. So I'm just reiterating it because I don't feel like my words conveyed how powerful and epic that is. And I just want you to internalize it. Yes, you can be awesome. You already are awesome, but you can grow the awesome. You can switches. Some parts of you can just practice and make them completely different. Pops, was that a hand raised? Did you want to say something?
Yeah, so one thing I find is a lot of times I practice when you're talking about practicing, I can practice the thing in my head and like it goes perfectly, and then uh it seems like everything goes super smooth, and then when I'm in the situation, it always seems to take twists and turns that I wouldn't expect it to. So then it's like hard, like for instance, like maybe like a job interview, you studied a lot about the company and then they don't ask you a single question about the company. They just want to know about you. And you're like, oh man, maybe I should have focused more on me and how I'm going to present myself. And then you're like, dang. So,
For
I
sure.
guess, I was going to say, what would you think of like role playing it with someone if you struggle with that, and then like rethinking about like the different role plays you did? Is that helpful, or is it important to try to train the mind to be able to imagine the experience in a more realistic way?
Both of those. And you can also program yourself that, hey, when unexpected things happen, I step into feeling even more calm and powerful. Like, set it up with the practice that it will help you. And, life's always going to go differently than you expect. So if you make your programs, you make your feelings for that, that's great. Now, with job interviews, a friend role play and ask you different kinds of questions, that's definitely great. Thinking about social circumstances and going through the infinite possibilities there, I mean, maybe that's not so helpful. Maybe there it's more important to just feel like you have a good time. You say what you want and you just engage with what's going on. But yeah, definitely for job interviews, training through kinds of questions that are common and different kinds of questions, like about the company, about yourself, about the skills you're going to need, about your work ethic. Going through those sorts of questions is definitely helpful. And perhaps there might also be situations where rehearsing things is important, not just in a professional context. Perhaps there's a family member or a friend where you have to have an important conversation. You might also there want to role play and imagine how they would respond to different things and think how you would then respond. But no matter what, no matter how much you role play, there's going to be stuff that happens that you didn't role play for. So this is why I really want to emphasize practicing that you feel good no matter what. You don't have to have prepared for a specific question. You are calm. You are confident. You can find nice things to say. You're expressive. You have a good time with whoever's there no matter what's going on. These kind of attitudes and feelings that carry you all the time, I would really emphasize focusing on that. I'm just going to check the live stream. Hey, I see you guys there. Please say hi or answer questions. I'm glad that you're all here with us. Does anyone else who's here have anything they'd like to share or from what we've done so far? Okay. So I want to focus on this idea of training tranquility into ourselves wherever we go. And there's two parts to that, as far as I think of it. One is being able to make experience calm and tranquility. And the other is developing the attitudes and rehearsing and visualizing how you're going to be. So that's basically me reiterating what we've done today, is stepping into those feelings and then also visualizing it. Now, sometimes you might take a situation that used to feel one way. Say, for example, there's some group of friends or colleagues where you don't feel great around them. And you spend one time just imagining, hey, I'm going to go and I'm going to have a great time and I'll laugh lots. It'll be great. And then maybe the next time you see, you're just ready that your brain just steps into that thing you visualized, and you go in and you have a great time and you laugh and you're like, wow, this really is how it is. I've programmed myself, it's transformed, and bang, it's worked. Sometimes one visualization, one time can be enough to transform an entire situation in your life. And I've definitely had that happen with some things I want to transform. Other things, I had to visualize it hundreds of times. And I really want to encourage you 3 times every day, just give yourself a minute to being awesome. That in a month, that's 100 times of visualizing a reprogram. And I guarantee you can think of some parts of your life where if you were to change how you felt or you were to change how you act, 3 minutes a day is super worth it. especially if you're reprogramming it for your life. So I want to give everyone just a minute to think of parts of your life. I mean, the theme tonight was feeling tranquil everywhere. So you could think of different parts of your life where you could feel more tranquil, more calm, more confident. You may also think of other parts of your life where, well, if I was to reprogram this, I could make it like that, and that would be great as well. So I'm just going to give you some time. Think about friends at work, job interviews, dating, socializing, family, parties, this friend, this old friend, this new friend. Just let your mind wander through all different parts of your life and see parts of you, parts of your life, where you'll be like, wow, really great to bring positive feelings into that. Can I see a wave? Did people think of a few things? And can I see a double wave if you thought of like loads of things? Okay, so one person waved. All right, so the rest of you, was I not so clear about the situation I'm asking you to think of? Hey, welcome. We're just thinking about how to feel more confident and calm and tranquil wherever we go, whoever we meet, whatever situation comes our way. So I asked everybody to think about people in their life or different groups in their life where they'd like to feel better. And you just walked in as we finished a minute. Imagine different groups, different people where we want to feel better. So now that you've been thinking about those different groups, I invite you to think, would it be worth it to you every morning to spend a minute imagining feeling really good around them? I really hope that the answer is yes for everybody. But actually, Pops, I want to reiterate that the specifics, like how do you handle every question, or I would do specific training after. First, I would do the training that I feel good and tranquil, no matter what, anywhere and everywhere. If I look at my own journey, where I was so shy and felt and anxious all the time, my affirmation that I had was, hey, wherever I feel calm and confident, I like people, so they like me. And I practice that every day. What would that feel like? It feels great. It feels comfortable. It feels nice. It feels expressive. And after doing that once, then sure, I was like, okay, now I also feel that it would be important for me to imagine how I want to be if I was on a date. Or some other chapter of my life, I was like, oh, I can see it's important for me to fine-tune how I feel in a job interview. most important, the underlying feeling that you feel tranquil, calm, and confident in any circumstance, that is what I would encourage you to visualize. If 3 times a day isn't enough, I'd say maybe do it 5 times a day. In our meditation, we scanned our body and we relaxed our body and our mind. Can I ask, did you sense a feeling of peace and calm?
I didn't so much until like just a few minutes ago. I feel like everything just sort of meshed together in my head. Like um, it was like building up, and I guess I was just absorbing everything. Um, and then like suddenly, maybe just like 5 minutes ago, I just felt like a deep, real like relaxation wash over me. Um, it I would say it almost feel like someone like wrapped like a really heavy blanket around me, and I just felt like I was centered and like I had everything I need to be in this moment, which is to just be me, because that's all I really need.
That sounds so good. So I hope you can keep that feeling, keep remembering that feeling, practicing that feeling, and enjoying it every day. And you mentioned before you're able to visualize things going really well, and then something unexpected happens. They ask a question you haven't rehearsed for. Go a little more into this visualization of feeling good no matter what happens. If someone asks you a question you weren't ready for, that which happens to everybody, if you're feeling relaxed and comfortable, then you'll be ready to answer. You might not instantly be ready with the right answer, but you'll be ready with, that's an interesting question. Give me a moment to think about it. Or, if you're feeling warm towards the people, you'll be okay to respond to whatever happens. And if you take some time to think about what you need to say, in many situations, that's great. Sure, there's some social circumstances where people are really on their toes, and like whoever says the first thing is the person who gets in. But even in those situations, if you just relax and you just wait until you're inspired to say something, and you just enjoy everybody else's good vibes and funny, if you're like just feeding off their good vibes, you'll then find yourself starting to have those same funny, creative things. So I think underlying what I just said is, if you always feel like every social situation you feel good, then you'll bring whatever's relevant. If you need to take some time to think about it and you feel good about doing that, great. And if people are playful, then you'll just enjoy the playfulness until you're inspired to be playful too. And those are two extremes, an interview and a high-speed creative time. But the same's true for everything in between. Friends that are chill and hanging out and laughing together and being thoughtful, and every other kind of scenario. If you feel that you are the kind of person who has tranquility, feels calm all anytime, you just keep enjoying that feeling, internalizing that feeling, seeing yourself as that kind of person, that'll carry you through all those different situations. We did a body scan relaxation, and then you said afterwards you had this being wrapped in this blanket of calm. Would you say that that happened after there was something that I said to you, or was it just a wave that kind of hit you?
It was just like a wave. I was thinking about everything and trying to process it, but it came really sudden. It felt like um maybe you get massage work and it's just like you don't feel anything, and they're just like working on the muscles, and then like all of a sudden at the end you just have like this huge like um wave wash over you of like tension being let go like when it's done.
So yeah, I can definitely relate to that. There's been a few meditations I've been to where not much good stuff was happening. But I was in a group meditation, so I had to keep going for the hour. And then 5 minutes later, I'm walking down the street. This wave of peace just flows through me. I have a feeling that in many good meditations, I also get these waves afterwards, but I'm already feeling great, so I just kind of ride with it. But yeah, it's especially noticeable when you're suddenly hit by that wave. So I invite that to something for everybody to know, that if you're meditating and you're not really feeling the peace, I invite you to just keep going, because maybe the meditation will take you there, or maybe you'll even finish the meditation, and then later that day, the penny will drop, and your mind will just, there's the peace that I was looking for. So yeah, Pops, I definitely encourage you to spend some time meditating on peace and calm, or remembering that feeling of the blanket wrapped around you with everything you described. Also, every day, imagine being around people and feeling good. If you ever notice a feeling of, like, you think about a social situation and it feels anxious, stop, come into your breath, find peace, and then once you're actually feeling, do the same thought again and feeling good. You never let the anxious feelings finish. Those networks, those networks in the brain, pathways, every time they pop up, you just interrupt them, come back into peace, and hey, I'm going to feel good there.
It's almost like it's almost like training the brain to be like its own disruptor. I guess like maybe people like I don't know, in like the 70s or 80s, like when they'd go home from like a stressful day at work, like they'd drink alcohol, and like that would just be the thing people would do, or like they'd have cigarettes. But it's like going through a natural form that doesn't require any external influence of putting something in the body. It's already, those systems are already available to you. You just have to learn how to harness them, I would think.
I'm pretty confident that the relaxation that most people got from cigarettes was actually just them taking some deep breaths, and they were poisoned deep breaths. And if they had just taken the deep breaths without the cigarettes, they would have felt much, much better. So yeah, definitely, I'm definitely encouraging you, but not just at the end of the day of work, any moment you need, you see a feeling that's not great, you give yourself a couple of breaths, and then you bring your creative, chosen self to that situation. Now, practicing single pointed breathing meditation can be really good to learn to notice what your mind's doing, so you're then able to be that disruptor faster. And just like we did the body scan, and then afterwards you had this wave of good feeling wrap you up. Breathing meditation, especially when we're first starting it, our mind sometimes can just do loads of other things. But I invite everybody, if you're going to do concentration meditation, just keep going. If your mind's doing lots of stuff, you just say, cool, all right, I'm learning to notice my mind does lots of stuff. Oh, I had half a breath where I was really concentrated. Cool, all right, I learned how to do that. Oh, my mind's doing stuff again. I'm just learning to see my mind, and I'm learning to concentrate. And just keep doing it. The more you do it, the better you'll get at just stopping and letting go. And the better you'll get at noticing what your mind's doing through the day. You know, there's some people, and you could feel anything, but your brain has the old habit there of being anxious here. Hey, I just noticed it. You notice it before you get into the feeling. The more you practice just noticing and being able to be that disruptor, the more you get to be empowered in every situation. Like I said, there's two pillars. Learning to be more aware, do this breathing meditation to become more conscious, as well as rehearsing feeling good everywhere. Those two practices together synergize.
I think it's amazing what the mind can do. I read a story and I don't remember all the details, but I'll have to find it. But the gist of the story was, and I'll have to find out who the famous American was and who the monk was, but uh, the American that went to visit India had a large dose of
I think
not
I
legal
think I don't want to
substance
have
that.
this story, because this is meant to be a
Oh, I'm
family
sorry.
friendly conversation.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's cool. But yeah, the power of our mind to be able to do something is massively more powerful than anything else. Whenever I see people doing some practice that gets them to feel something, or having some location or some substance, I'm always I just want to like get a megaphone and say, hey, just amplify your own mind for a little while and see that it's just so much bigger than any of that other stuff.
Mm.
Yeah. Um. Sorry, my monitor's acting wild. Here we go. Let's see the time. Time for our closing meditation. So, it's just going to be a fast one. I'm going to wrap up what we've done with a little bit of hopefully inspiring vision. So I invite everybody to sit up straight, take a deep, happy breath, put a gentle smile on your face. If you didn't feel like smiling, just feel the muscles around your mouth and imagine a gentle smile. And take a gentle, soothing breath. I like to imagine a world where everybody has practiced kindness, where everybody wants to help each other feel comfortable, where everybody wants to help each other thrive. I like to imagine a world where people are understanding, patient, and supportive. And so to make this world happen, I practice being this kind of person. And I also notice that when I am kind, when I'm patient, when I'm supportive, that I notice so much more kindness and patience, support from other people. So I just invite everybody to take a couple of minutes to remember the nicest feelings from tonight. And I invite you to every day you practice really good feelings. If you've already been imagining being tranquil or confident with people, try to imagine that you'll make it feel even better. You'll make it feel like it's already true. You're rehearsing it in the present moment. And I invite you to imagine that you'll practice it 100 times till your inner core is just permeated with tranquility, peace. You're filled with beautiful feelings. And then gently we're going to come from the meditation back into our tranquil love-filled, kind life. And I invite us all to stand. And we're just going to finish with dedication. The time that we spent here, make it precious. May we make it powerful. May it help us. May it help others. Ultimately, every time we become aware and we help others become more aware, there's less suffering in the world and more joy and more kindness. Let's dedicate ourselves that our practice can make a world that is full of love, full of kindness. We can make us full of love and full of kindness. And that we can that to as many people as possible. And as everybody bringing it to as many people as possible, we can fill the whole world with awareness and with kindness. And as you make it to the temple, I just invite you to imagine that you're carrying the best of those feelings with you, always, everywhere.